did you mean to call yourself out? Because saying, I am straight, but I find this other man very attractive, isn't giving the straight vibes you thought you would. I'm kind of hoping it's just like a random queer person kind of making fun of like the cisheads who are like this, but it'd just be way funnier if someone said that with their full chest and were actually serious. I'm just like, no, but I'm a straight man and I'm attracted to you. That must mean, because I am definitely straight, there's no way I'm gay. It must mean you're a woman. There's no way you're a man if I'm attracted to you. Sure, buddy. Whatever you need to tell yourself. Hello, BabyQueers, and welcome back to my channel. We're doing QueerTok. We've just done neurodivergent TikToks. I don't know why I did 2 TikTok videos back to back. Don't question it, just go with it. So that's what we're doing today, I guess. But either way, you know the deal. Before we continue, you all gotta get hydrated. So grab some water, or some tea, or whatever else you like to drink, and then we'll check out some more TikToks. Are you hydrated? Good. Let's go.
You used to be so pretty. Why? People really think we transition to be attractive? You guys, if I was told that I was going to be the most drop-dead gorgeous girl on the planet, and if I transitioned that I would be the ugliest man on the planet, I would still transition into a man 100 times over again. I didn't transition to be any more attractive or less attractive than I used to be living as a girl, but I transitioned because I wanted to feel better within myself, and I wanted my exterior to match how I envisioned myself mentally. It has nothing to do with being attractive or not. And I do appreciate the compliment for being pretty. I wasn't bad, but it just wasn't who I was. And so transitioning into a man, whether I'm attractive or not, was a better option for me. And I live so much more happier this way than I ever did, even as a pretty girl. Do people really think this? I need to take a couple steps back, because if anyone's transitioning just to be attractive, there's a bigger issue we got going on here.
Yeah, this was always confusing to me. People pulling the whole, oh, but you're so pretty or so handsome card. It's like, okay, and would you rather, like, literally, think about it. Would you rather someone be attractive but be deeply unhappy with themselves because that's just not who they are? Or would you rather risk them becoming less attractive to you but actually being happy and confident and feeling good about themselves? Because I know what I'd pick. And also, generally, I know I'm not the only one who thinks this. People who feel good about themselves seem more attractive because you can sense that confidence and it makes people more attractive. So even if you want to pull the, oh no, you'll be unattractive, no, they really won't. And second of all, that's really, really, really not why people are transitioning. Like, that's literally not the goal. I mean, some people go into it with a mindset of, well, if I'm gonna be a man, I'm gonna be the best, most handsomest man you've ever seen. And vice versa, just be like, well, if I'm gonna transition, I might as well become a pretty girl, right? But that's not really why trans people do what they do,
Tell me why I've just been on the bus, right? Just minding my own beeswax, and some lad tries to poke fun at me and make fun of me outfit. And this is the outfit in question. But I'm sorry, but I'm saving. Like, I know I'm given. What are you making fun of? What is there to laugh at? The only thing that's laughable and embarrassing is the fact that you tried to make fun of me twice and your mates ignored you. Like, you're the bugger bitch. They don't like you. Like, you better cross this road, but don't cross me. I mean, realistically, I'm cosplaying as a cunty wooden spoon today because all I seem to be doing is stirring the pot.
I don't know why, but I love this accent. That's just something so pleasing to listen to, this accent. And second of all, just imagine. I would be secondhand embarrassed for this dude because, like, imagine you're trying to make a joke and you get ignored once. And in your head you go, oh well, they probably just didn't hear me. Let me make that joke again, and they ignore you again because they just think you're a dickhead. I would be so embarrassed for you, man. I would be so embarrassed. Listen, why would you? Why would you? I mean, A, why do you generally try to go around making jokes about other people just because you think the way they present is weird or whatever? Like, just be like, I don't like this outfit, and move on with your day. You don't have to like everyone's outfit, but going around trying to be a dick on purpose is already laughable. Like, find something better to do. But then also just being ignored by your friends because it's just like, I cannot deal with your homophobic behavior today, Jeremy. God damn it, Jeremy. Is even better.
A better man! The best man!
I talk a lot about what it's like to be non-binary in the gym, and there's a lot of drawbacks, right? But there is one good thing about being non-binary in the gym, and it's that you are a threat to men everywhere. Okay? I show up to the gym looking like this, working on my fitness, and I am so nice to all the girly pops around me, right? Their boyfriends need to be worried just because, right? I'm not hitting on these girls. All I'm doing is being nicer to them than their boyfriends are. Yeah, and also making them realize that, like, they don't need to come to the gym with their crusty, dusty boyfriend because I can spot them. I can create the workout. I'm a professional personal trainer. Yeah, I brought you some iced coffee, Queen. Do you want to go get burritos afterwards? I'll drive us, Like, one of my gym friends today was like, what are your goals in the gym? And I was like, honestly, just to dismantle the patriarchy with my muscles and my gender.
That seems fair. That just seems fair. I do not look like this. Like, I go to the gym very frequently, but I also don't eat enough, so building muscle is a bit of a struggle. So I don't look like this. They look very good. But just generally, why is it still such a thing that men don't know that they should be nice to their partner, or that they should want to be nice to their partner, and treat them well? I mean, it's kind of an ongoing joke that lesbian love women better, because it's just true. It's one of those things that's definitely just funny because it's true, because apparently a lot of men don't have the common sense to be like, hey, maybe I should love spending time with my partner and feel comfortable around them and want to do things with them and want to do things for them to show I appreciate them. With their partner. But then lesbians and non-binary people are going around just doing this with their friends. Just like having friends at the gym and just being like, hey, listen, let's go grab something to eat afterwards. Like, I'll drive us, without having the argument of, oh, but you can never decide what you want to eat, or whatever straight people do. So honestly, goals of dismantling the patriarchy with your gender and your muscles is very fair, and I'm here for it.
You a boy or a Nike? And when I say a boy, I mean, like, are you an actual 11-year-old child? You're a Nike. Thank you for clarifying. That's a pretty horrible game that we play in the lesbian community pretty frequently. Am I going on a date or to jail? You're a high school gay high school sweetheart? I gotta come back to you later. No, that's not right. You get back in the closet and cry like the rest of us. Kids today, disgusting. I just don't know where gay people are gonna get their personality from if there's all this acceptance. That's all I'm saying. Can you imagine just gay couples with, like, live, laugh, love in their apartment? Like, take out the trash. Not coming and shit,
I don't know where the last comment came from, because just because they're doing something like that straight people sometimes do, is still being together with, like, the person they were dating in high school, doesn't mean they have to do all the things straight people do. Or straight women do, at least. But generally, why is this a thing? Why do... Like, I think I look younger than I am, probably. Because, especially on camera, like, I have some grey hair, or, like, I'm beginning to get grey hair. A, it's constantly dyed, so you can't see it anyways, and on camera you really can't. So I probably look a lot younger than I am. If you have no clue how old I am, feel free to leave a guess in the comment. I'm kind of curious to see how old I look, because I don't think I look that old. But I can understand, I mean, trans men and like non-binary people struggle with this. But yeah, like if you're like kind of a butch-leaning lesbian, I can see how this could easily happen too. And generally, I love her. I think she's really funny. I'm also kind of painfully aware of like if a straight person were to make this joke of like, but what with all this acceptance, like how are queer people going to be traumatized enough to have like a funny trauma personality? You know, it'd be disgusting. But if you're queer, you're allowed to make those jokes.
So I got up this morning and I had totally forgotten that I had transitioned. I woke up and I was like, okay, time to start another day. And I went to the bathroom. I was like, oh yeah, I did that. I totally forgot. I know people who aren't trans are going to be like, how's that possible? How can you forget you did something like that? Well, I did. I don't really feel like this is an isolated thing, though. I feel like this is, like, other trans people experience this. Do you know what I mean? Like, you wake up and you totally forget. Oh, God. It's gonna be a good day.
I personally at least haven't. Like I sometimes forget that there was a time I didn't look like this and that my voice wasn't like this. Like I forget I transitioned, but I don't think I'm still like I'm not shocked when I look in the mirror because this is what I'm expecting. Sometimes I'm shocked when I look at old pictures. I'm just like, oh, right. Like I know I'm trans. I know I used to look different. I know I used to sound a lot different. But that I do sometimes kind of just forget because I'm so used to like me now, you know? But the other way around of just what? I mean, honestly, I kind of believe it. Like I can see people forgetting that. But how?
Okay, listen. Assuming somebody is gay because of their appearance is stereotyping and harmful. But fucking look at him!
Listen, sometimes people are walking pride flags. You know? And listen, if you're a straight man and you want to dress like this and you think this is a really cool outfit, go off. Like, I'm not even gonna, like, judge you or gonna stand here and be like, no, but you must be gay. But listen, if I see a guy dressed like this, I am just kind of gonna assume they're queer. And that's kind of wrong, but at the same time, it feels like one of those things, like, if queer people do it, it also seems okay again. Because, like, if straight people just go off, like, the very obvious stereotype, right? And then that's kind of what they're expecting and want to push on queer people. They're like, no, but if you're gay, you would dress gayer than that. You know? And that's ridiculous and weird and disgusting. Like, present however the frick you want to present, you know? But still, some people are walking pride flags, and honestly, if anyone looks at me and thinks I'm straight, I'm gonna be worried for them. Okay, is this really a bisexual stereotype? Because this also feels like one of the things that's just like communal. It's kind of communal that queer people bleach their own hair or cut their own hair or constantly have dyed hair. That's not really a bisexual specific stereotype. But because I would be the stereotype. I've bleached hair, not colored hair. Does that still count?
I cannot wait for a beautiful woman to fall in love with me!
Guys, I did it! I got one!
We love seeing queer joy on this channel, so I obviously had to include it, but also just this is kind of the contrast of lesbians being so excited about their girlfriends and women in general that they have a reaction like this, and straight people are weird. You know, because it's like, oh yeah, women are hot, like I want to bang a lot of chicks. And thinking like that's showing your straightness, that's just kind of weird. But okay. Queer joy. We're focusing on the queer joy here.
You're a man. You look like a man. Whoa, alright, that's not... Shut up. You look like a woman. With your feminine face, you woman.
Why are people like this? Well, I know, because they're trying to be rude and hateful, because you need to get a life and focus on your own life, you know. I know you probably don't want to, because honestly, I really don't see why anyone would want to spend so much time worrying about how other people live their life if there isn't something like deeply uncomfortable with their own life they're trying to avoid. You know, but either way, this logic is not logicking. It really isn't. Because, yeah, the same thing with trans women. Like, if they see a man who's like wearing a skirt or just like makeup or has long hair, they're gonna be like, you're trying to look like a woman, right? Like, you're such a girl. But then as soon as a trans woman exists, pretty much, that's just like, no, but you're still a man. It doesn't matter what you do, you're still a man. And it's so stupid. What are you doing?
My mom supports gay rights. I'm a gay person. You support me. What do you have to say to the parents, to the kids who have to go home to parents that are homophobic?
Homophobic? What does it matter? Just give your kid a hug and tell him you love him. Okay?
Damn right. Damn right. What do you have to say to the kids out there?
If you don't get it there, you'll get it somewhere else. So come, I'll give you a virtual hug.
Look at that. We get mom hugs here.
Yeah.
Mom hugs. Yay!
Just this, because again, yeah, it's kind of your job as a parent to take care of your child and love your child and support your child, even if they turn out different than you thought they would. You know, because any idea you had of what your child is going to be like or how they're going to live their life is kind of irrelevant because they're still their own person. You know? And it just still seems really weird to be like, no, but I didn't think you will live your life like this, so you can't do that. It's such a weird approach. Like, of course you want to like guide your children and make sure they don't do anything like stupid or unsafe, but so what? They're queer. Okay, cool. Why do people care so much?
Isn't it kind of funny that the only time we're even having conversations about pronouns now is when straight, heteronormative, homophobic people bring it up? Like, the LGBT community was like, hey, we're going to start identifying the way we want to identify, and then we put it in our email tagline, and we call it a day. Anytime these people see a comment they don't like, they click on a profile, they see pronouns, and it's like, oh, you're a pronoun person, you're so obsessed with pronouns. I identify as a toaster. Okay, Brave Little or Hamilton Beach, because I don't want to offend you. You know what I mean? You keep bringing it up. You keep starting the conversation. Why are you so obsessed, though?
Yeah. Why though? Why are you so obsessed? Because queer people literally just went like, you know what? I'm gonna like put it in my bio so that people who follow me can like know what pronouns they should use when they like comment something, you know? And call it a day, and then just like leave it there and not think about it again. But y'all keep bringing it. Y'all have preferred pronouns too. Trust me. Because if someone accidentally calls you the wrong thing, like even if someone just like misspeaks because their brain's just like tired and they just accidentally call you ma'am or something, you're gonna be so pressed about it. So you don't really get to come around hating on people who are obsessed with pronouns just because they have them in their bio. You know?
The best part about dating queer people is they don't care if you shaved or not. And I'm not even talking about like your swimsuit area. They don't care if you've shaved anywhere. Them doesn't care if you shaved your underarms. They're still gonna pin your hands above your head and call you sexy.
Fair. I mean, I know there will definitely be queer people who are still gonna be obsessed with, some beauty standard or the other. But a lot of people, probably more chill than straight people, they have a point. They just have a point. Literally, I personally couldn't care less. Like, if you want to shave, if shaving is more comfortable for you because you somehow like the look of you yourself with like shaved armpits or shaved legs or whatever better, then shave. Go off. If you don't want to because you prefer hair or you're just too lazy to do it, very fair. I am too lazy to do it too, so go off. Like, I don't care. I care more if you're shaving even though you don't want to because you feel like you should, because that's just kind of sad. I'm not gonna stop you or I'm gonna shame you for it. I'm just saying, do whatever feels comfortable for you.
Oh look, it's a mean bisexual girl. You're so tough. Go talk to that girl you like.
Shut up. She's too pretty.
I thought it was the useless lesbian stereotype. You're bisexual. You do not need to be a useless lesbian because you're not a lesbian. But fair. I probably wouldn't be better either. I'm kind of socially awkward and don't really know how to talk to people in general, so I kind of get this, but still. It's kind of funny seeing these people who are super badass, but as soon as they like someone, they turn to shambles and they don't know how to talk anymore. It's kind of hilarious to see, actually. Is this what we call a power move? Is this what we call a power move? Because if you have the chance to do this, please do this. Just for the looks on their face and but I'm obviously a woman. Like, I'm obviously a woman. How could you even ask me that? And it's just kind of funny. Please do this.
Bibbidi bobbidi tiddly boo. With a wave of my wand, I transgender you. You're welcome.
Am I like trans times 2 now? Because I feel like if you trans me with your wand, you can't untrans me by accident if I'm already trans. So am I trans times 2 now? And what does that actually mean for me? Do I just have to tell everyone I'm trans now? Shit.
In my brain, dressing like this is like a menstrual repellent, but it's not. Got my little boy period today. Gonna be crying for the next week. AOY.
It should be illegal to get your period when you're dressed like this, But unfortunately, your uterus is inside your body and can't actually see the way you're dressed, so you're still gonna get your period and cry about it, apparently. Which is understandable, because dysphoria is obviously very fun and nice to deal with.
Right, can somebody please explain something? Because whenever I meet new people and I'm like, oh, my partner does this. My partner, they're like, oh my god, him, his, boyfriend, capital H-I-M. What? I thought that when we say my partner, we're very quietly but also very openly saying that we are LGBTQ, that we are queer. No? I thought this was a mutual thing. I thought everybody had agreed on this.
I feel like queer people have agreed on this, which is why if you're around other queer people and you just say my partner, they will know that you're not straight. But I think the straight people haven't caught on. Because then, like, if everyone knows, like, if all the straight people know that if we're saying partner, we mean, like, we're queer, I feel like it would just be very openly stating it and not very secretly. But then again, I also love the trend of like the straight people who have also gone over to saying partner to be able to not have people immediately out themselves when they just say partner. You know, the people who've just gone like, hey, I support queer people, like I'm straight, but that's like I don't care if you're queer or not. So I'm just gonna say partner to maybe make it like less awkward, because then if you want to out yourself, you obviously still can, and kind of like vary between saying partner and girlfriend or something, you know. But yeah, straight people will maybe just gloss over it, especially like if you're a fairly femme-presenting queer woman, you're gonna struggle because people are always just gonna think you're straight, which is ridiculous. Look at you, but the straight people, they sometimes can't see, you know?
I'm transmasc in a way where I want a male body, but I don't identify as a man. And if I call myself a man, it's because I'm a non-binary man. I'm transmasc in a way where if people see me on the streets, then I want them to see me as just some guy, but I don't want to be treated or perceived as a cis guy. I'm transmasc in a way where I'm non-binary, but I tend to lean towards masculinity and identify more with masculinity. I'm transmasc in a way where if I'm in a relationship with a woman, then the relationship is inherently sapphic and not straight. I'm transmasc in a way where I want more of the effects of testosterone, like having a deeper voice and muscle growth, a square jawline and facial hair, and I'm gonna go for those things without necessarily an end goal in mind, because they're what I want now, and they're the kind of changes I want to be moving towards.
And I feel like a lot of people are just gonna be confused by it. Because they're like, a lot of people still think very binary of like, you can either be a man or a woman. And even if they're like not transphobic, they're gonna be like, okay, no, but if you're not a woman, you have to be a man. You can't just be in between. Because why? I know people like thinking in categories and putting people in categories because it makes it easy to understand. But why would you think? I know I keep saying, if you've watched any videos of mine, I keep saying this, like, why would you think with any group of people that their experience or the way they see themselves or how they experience lives is gonna like fit into like neat little categories? There are entirely too many people for this to work. Why would you think? Like, it's the same as saying like, okay, all women must love this one thing, right? How would you ever expect that to work? That's weird. And the same thing applies to gender. Like, not even cis women experience their gender the same as other women. Like, how would you... You know, people confuse me. And I know I am obsessed with, like, making lists and putting things into categories, but don't put other people into categories. That doesn't really work.
I'm transmasculine, but I'm transmasculine in the way that a male peacock is a guy. Like, just because I'm a guy doesn't mean that I'm not gonna serve cunt. I'm gonna serve cunt.
I have nothing to add to this. That just seems like a good choice, really.
Aren't you scared that your girlfriend's gonna leave you for a man because you're dating a bi girl and she could choose anyone in the world? No. Maybe let's play that back. She could choose anyone in the world. And she chose me. She crocheted me this hat. She made me this locket with our faces in it. Our stuffed animals are siblings through marriage. We have a blended family. Like, there's something just very special about getting chosen by somebody who could pick anybody in the world. You know? Like, if another lesbian chooses me, I'm happy. I'm excited. But if she was only looking at a pool of lesbians, I got picked over 4 other people. But my girlfriend, who is not a lesbian, she picked me over the whole world. That's not scary, it's exciting! I get that it's not a great feeling when your ex goes to a man after you, but like, who cares? You don't have to date the man. You get to date other ladies. So who's really winning in this situation?
Is it fair? Generally, people just thinking bi people are always gonna cheat or are always gonna miss whatever they don't have is kind of ridiculous. Because yeah, sure, some people might. But a lot of straight people cheat. Do you have any idea how many straight people cheat? Y'all don't get to pass this onto other sexualities and be like, no, but that sexuality is more likely to cheat. When y'all are so good at cheating, you literally just don't get to do it. And second of all, why is it scary? Just because someone could be attracted to the people of other genders doesn't mean they're gonna cheat, or that your relationship isn't like a good relationship. Because if you are in a relationship and it's going well and it's a good relationship and y'all are happy with each other, and then why would you even be worried?
I'm getting simultaneous facial feminization and top surgery in 2 days. With my face, I want the changes to be pretty subtle because there's a lot of my natural face that I've learned to really love. That being said, my Adam's apple is getting the fucking chop. This is probably my least favorite part of my entire body, both because I personally don't like it, but also because people will stare at it, make nasty comments about it, and it's one of my most visibly clockable features. I'm also getting a slight chin reduction, or genioplasty. I have a little bit of a butt chin, which as much as it looks great on like He-Man, I am she-they girl, so I decided I was going to take the booty off of my face. The last facial feminizing procedure I'm getting is a slight lip lift or flip. This is not because I want like Kardashian level bodacious lips, but rather I just want my lip silhouette to be visible, because right now when I shut my mouth, my upper lip is a flat line. The last facial procedure I'm getting is a rhinoplasty, or a nose job, but this is not because I'm feminizing the shape of my nose. I have no gender dysphoria surrounding my nose, but I have a slightly deviated septum, which means my nose is a little crooked and it makes it a little harder for me to breathe. And I consulted with 2 different FFS surgeons before I decided what work I wanted to get done. Trust me, I have thought so much about this, and both of them were like, hey, you should really get a nose job. It'll help you breathe better. And as a severe asthmatic, I shook their hand and said, breathe better, yes please. And last but not least, my chest. I have been on HRT for 2.5 years and I have grown to barely double A cups, and I am an almost 6 foot tall 23-year-old woman, so I just want my chest to be proportional to the rest of my body and my age. I am not doing this to get massive knockers. That's all happening on Monday. I know a lot of people are probably gonna be like, Violet, why can't you just love the body you have? Why are you getting all this work done? And the answer is, I do love the body I have. On my best days, I think I'm the hottest girl in the world, but on my worst days, I get assaulted for being visibly trans and I look in the mirror and cry. So I'm doing this for my safety, my confidence, and my happiness. If you have questions, you can leave them in the comments and I'll try to address as many as I can before I leave the internet for a few weeks come Monday, but just know that I will be back and I will be so much happier. And in the meantime, I love you and thanks for everything.
I mean, I really hope everything went well, because I don't know when I saved this video. Oh, 7th of January. It's been a while. They probably had all the surgeries done, and I hope she's like a lot happier and healing well. Second of all, I don't. Why are people so invested in what surgeries other people are getting done? Because I know people are also weird if like cis people get like a nose job or get any kind of work done. Now people are generally very judgy about it, which doesn't really make it better. Like, it's weird to be that invested in what other people do with their bodies anyways, but especially with the situation this world is in, and the amount of hate crime going on against queer people, the question of why someone is getting it done should at least be partially answered with that. Because yeah, dysphoria sucks, and generally if you will feel better after having a certain surgery, because that's why I chopped my freaking tits off, because that was not a vibe for me. Generally also just because it just makes living in this world a little bit easier and a little bit safer, I don't know why I love this idea, but I generally do. It's kind of funny. I mean, that's also why people call it a dead name, because that's who you used to be. And that person is kind of dead to you. it doesn't mean you need to hate that person, because they probably dealt with a lot and they probably did their best, you know, given the situation they were in. And even if that's not really who you authentically were, whether or not you had figured it out doesn't mean you need to hate that person. But still, hosting a funeral just seems like a kind of fun idea, actually.
I have a very serious question for those of you who keep missing my gender. When have you ever met a he, him who looks like this? Huh? She, her, yes. They, them, sure. He, him, who? And if you do know a he who hims like this, power to him. But the he, hims I know, never he, the way I, she. So when I present you with she, they so kindly, could you not he, him all over my sleigh? Thank you.
Like, especially if people offer you 2 sets of pronouns. Like, I mean, sure, you can just use both. You know, kind of interchangeably, like sometimes you use they, sometimes you use she. You could pick one, you know, and it would be fine. But then be like, no, you gave me 2 options. Suddenly there's a third option. Suddenly you think there's a third option, right? Okay. Sure. But then again, yes, I have also somehow never met a he who hims like this. They, them, definitely. She, her, yes, also kind of, but they, them, definitely. But still, like, if someone gives you pronouns, like, even if they only give you, like, one set of pronouns, they're like, hey, yeah, no, actually, I'm not a he, him, I'm a she, her. And you decide to ignore it because, no, but I don't think that's true. Why do you think you know everything better?
What is a hard no for you in a romance book?
Straight people.
No, but like unironically, yes. This. I really thought I hated romance novels and stories, and then I read a story about 2 boys falling in love, and I cried for like a day. I want to read queer joy. I want to read a love story about gay people, trans people, non-binary people, intersex people. I've read straight love stories my entire life. At this point in my life, I just want to ingest queer media. That's that.
Honestly, this, I mean, maybe it's kind of the aromantic part of me that absolutely hates straight romance. But at the same time, as much as I don't necessarily feel like watching queer romance every day, it will still be more entertaining to me, or like less frustrating to me, because watching like straight rom-coms or like romantic comedy movies, sometimes it's okay, like sometimes I can deal with it, but I'll still have those moments throughout the movie I'm just like, oh god, no, not this stereotype. And it's just weird, and I don't want to do it anymore. So honestly, yeah, listen, I'm not coming for you if you're straight. I don't care if you're straight. I really don't. I care if you're weird towards other people, and I care if you try to police what other people do, and straight people are very good at it. You know, I know queer people sometimes like policing each other as well and telling people they're not queer enough, and that's absolute bullshit, by the way, but still, straight people are just very good at it, and honestly, just being, or like trying to limit how much you do with it seems really fair. Like, we all have enough things to worry about, right? So, at least being able to enjoy content that is actually enjoyable to you seems like a good idea, you know? That's part of why I do these videos, and that's why I try to cover like different identities at different times, you know, because especially I've been told like under error race videos that they don't see enough content surrounding that, because it's fairly like little people who are actually like error A's, but even if it's like only 1% of the population, that's gonna add up to a lot of people, and those people also want to see someone talk about their identity, you know? So that's kind of literally why I started this channel in the first place, and that's kind of why I try to, like, you know, do different videos. Anyway, side rant over. I guess I hope you enjoyed these TikToks. And I hope you're hydrated, because if not, what are you doing? You can't not take care of a queer person that's kind of homophobic. You can't do that. Come on. So either way, get hydrated, grab a snack you enjoy, and I'll see you in a few days with my next video.